Hello Aries, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the energies and predictions for the sign of Aries for the end of May. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Aries, let's go ahead and get into this reading here for you. Now the time frame on this reading will be from May 26th until June 11th. Reason I chose June 11th is because that is the full moon in Sagittarius. So we will be taking a look at what is coming to a close for you here as we close out May and also move into June. All right, let's see what we have here. Looking at the full, it's interesting. I don't know, maybe I just don't remember it, but I don't pull the full very often on this particular deck of cards that I use, but I must have pulled it before. Anyway, all right, let's get everything set up here. I think that's looking just about good enough to me. 1 second there. Okay, I think that's good. Energy on the bottom. You do have the Ten of Wands, Aries. So Ten of Wands, there may be something that feels a little bit challenging, like you may be really overworked at this time. Aries is something that is coming to my mind. There may also be a connection in your life that's a little bit challenging, something like this. Really, the Ten of Wands, it indicates hard work and being able to handle challenges as well, as this person's very experienced. Each wand represents an experience that they've gained. So they're able to handle really any challenge or difficult experiences. But it does represent completions or chapters closing potentially. Typically okay though. This is like the highest vibration of the wand suit. Wands does connect to career situations, so it may mean that there's a change or some sort of completion in work situations. Why don't we go ahead and we'll try to get some more specific details for you here, Aries, about what this could be around for you at this time here. I definitely like what's going on. It seems like some of you need a little bit more pleasure, like fun. Okay, I think some of you need a little bit more fun at this time. Like you need to do something that is exciting. I'm telling you have to go like clubbing or go crazy or anything. Maybe some of you like to do that though, but I feel like they're like introduce some sort of like joy into your life in some way here could be quite beneficial. And I see you doing that maybe at the end of May or as we roll here into June. In the middle, you do have the Seven of Cups showing up. Okay. Seven of Cups, it can indicate like a choice that you have to make, but a choice that is challenging to make or overwhelming to make because there are so many choices, right? This person here needs to pick a cup, but they see the sides, the pros and cons of each cup. They see the outcome of each cup. And so I get the sense that there's a little bit of a, how do I say this? Is the word scattered? Like I feel like scattered type of energy, and I don't mean that like in a derogatory way or a negative way in any way. I mean like you're sort of running back and forth between things. Like you're what is on your plate, you feel a little scattered, you feel a little overwhelmed because of everything that's on your plate. Okay, like you have a lot that you're juggling right now is probably a better way of saying that, and it's sort of leading to this overwhelming situation that you may be in with the Ten of Wands and the Seven of Cups. And I think it may very well be sort of career related for some. For the singles, there may be like a very surprising twist, actually. I'll talk about that in the first column here. But maybe work-life balance here. I think some of you are maybe in a tough situation, okay? I think you're caught in a tough situation here. Yeah, let's take a look at I'll talk about that more in the final column here. But in the first column, you have the Three of Cups, the Hermit, and the Two of Cups. Okay, I will try to touch on as many timelines as possible in this reading, but what I will say, for the people that are, not currently in a relationship, I love this column for you because what I see very clearly here is that I think some of you have been on your own for a while, the Hermit, isolated, just kind of on your own, doing your own thing, you know, and that's something that you voluntarily have sort of done because you like your alone time, you like your freedom, whatever it is. What I see here, this is a very specific timeline for singles. I see there's an opportunity to meet up with people, okay? Friends, groups, family groups, whatever. Meet up with people, network, socialize a little bit here. And through that, you may surprisingly or unexpectedly meet someone, okay? This is a very specific message, but I think through some sort of social connection that you have, you may unexpectedly meet someone. And this could mean that what's ending here is your alone time, your isolation here, the being single, being solo type of energy. This may be changing for some of you Aries people here with this Three of Cups, Hermit, and Two of Cups. And remember, we're looking at one ending. We're also in this reading, we're looking at what's coming, what's ending, what's coming to a close. I think that there could be a really healthy partnership on the horizon for some of you singles that are ready for that, if that's something you want to bring into your life here. And I would say if that is what you want, putting yourself in social situations, getting off of the apps, you know, the scrolling, you know, the swiping apps, like getting off of that and like putting yourself in social situations could really, you could meet someone like very compatible with you here. Two of Cups, Three of Cups. For the other people here, I think you need a little bit more play, pleasure, fun type deal. Like some of you need some fun here, okay? With the Three of Cups, for sure. And I'm saying that because of the Ten of Wands, right? Ten of Wands, Three of Cups, Two of Cups. I definitely think maybe like there's a little bit of a work-life balance issue here. I said that earlier, but I even think that some of you don't, or some people don't understand what you're going through as well. Hermit, being on their own, trying to find the way through the darkness type deal. Maybe people don't see how much you're working or that you're maybe even struggling with something internally here with this Ten of Wands. Something feels a little hard here. I think you can work out of that. I think you can get out of the, come out of your shell, so to speak, as I look at the Hermit card here, and enjoy something with people that you like to be around. I think that that could certainly be on the table here. I think that's what I have to say about this first column. Let's move to the middle column. You have the Fool, Seven of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. All right, I love this energy for you. I did say that there's like a little bit of a, I said scattered, but I think signal jam is like the right way of looking at this, where there's too much right now. Seven of Cups, Ten of Wands, and it's jamming up your time in a way. Like it's jamming up your free time. And I think that's definitely changing here. I think that's definitely changing because you have this Fool card. Okay, Fool is embracing the unknown. It really is embracing the unknown and seeing what is out there. And it is a powerful new beginning. It's like all four aces in one card. And so you could be really initiating a fresh start here. I think it's connected to work. And I think for some, you know, you see the Uranus planet on the Fool card. Uranus is the planet of like surprise or, yeah, twists. I think for some of you, you may unexpectedly connect with somebody. Yeah, I think you may unexpectedly connect with somebody here for the single people. Yeah. But I think with the Fool, new start, this is the ultimate thing here is whether you're looking for a relationship or whatever it is. Through this new start, you are bringing in more happiness here, okay, for sure. Ten of Cups, total happiness in the tarot. I also think maybe there is a real estate timeline for some of you here. You see the house in the Ten of Cups in the distance. This family owns the house here. And then you also see it here with the Ten of Pentacles. And this may indicate a relocation, okay? For some of you may change, especially with that Three of Wands, you may change your location. This may indicate selling a house or purchasing a property or the combination of both, which many times that does happen. Okay, anything else here that I'm getting? I think there's also an opportunity to reconnect with family, okay, reconnect with family, whether that is the family you were born into or your own family that you created, you know, your children, your grandchildren, all of that. There's maybe an opportunity to reconnect with some people here. Ten of Cups, Three of Cups, Fool, Two of Cups. Two of Cups doesn't always have to be romantic. It can just be your partnerships in life, your relationships in life. And so I think that that's even a timeline for some Aries people. All right. But it's sort of like finding the time to do all of this is the hard part with the Seven of Cups. It's sort of a good problem to have, but also a very stressful one here for, I think, for some Aries people. Final column, you have the Ten of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the Three of Wands. Okay, so the card that really stood out to me, other than the Fool, was this Two of Swords. This can indicate like a stalemate, being in a rock and a hard place, being in a tough position, caught in between two people or caught in between two positions. Okay? Finding a way through something as well, coming up with like a clever situation. It may mean that your voice is being taken away from you in some readings like that I would look at, but I don't see that here. Trying to find the words to say, but I don't see that here. I see this, you are in a rock and a hard place here, okay? You're in caught in a tough position or a stalemate in some way. Because with this Two of Swords here, next to the Seven of Cups, the problem is the problem is not the path. The paths are available to you. With the Fool, Three of Cups, Ten of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, the paths are available to you. It's finding the right path, which the Hermit is currently trying to do, as you see here on this card. And it's also finding the time to walk down the path, right? And deciding the path. And so this is like, I genuinely think you have a good problem to have, but it's stressful in its own right. Okay, stressful in its own right. And this is what I think the reading is trying to tell us, okay, here. You even have like some prosperity here, for sure. Ten of Pentacles is a major card of abundance, another real estate card with the Ten of Cups. Right, you have some prosperity here. It's a family card. Both of these are family cards as well. And it's longer-term money. Ten of Pentacles is longer-term money, something that you've worked on for a long time. Like, for example, paying a mortgage for 30 years. Now you have all this equity in the home. Right? What are you going to do with all this equity that you have? Right? Something like this. Longer-term money. Or your retirement account that you've been putting away money on for a very, very long time. Savings, whatever it may be. Okay? Businesses that are extremely profitable as well, like big businesses, is good with Ten of Pentacles. So it feels like you have something here. Okay, it feels like you have this prosperity path as well available. Now it's, how's it going to work? How's it going to fit together? Remember, Fool, trusting in the unknown. By the way, the Fool can also be associated with Aries, by the way, because you are the first sign of the zodiac. You're the leader, the true leader of the zodiac, and the Fool is the first card in the tarot. So this can also be you, by the way, Aries. Yeah. Three of Wands, again, there's a move on the horizon for some of you. This doesn't always indicate move. It's more so travel, Three of Wands. But I'm just feeling this here with this idea of like Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. Some of you are making moves here. Three of Wands can indicate adventure. Again, I talked about in this reading here, some of you need some fun. Okay, adventure. Three of Cups, Three of Wands, Two of Cups. There needs to be some adventure here, okay? Let's see what else we have. Why don't we go ahead and move into the clarifications portion of this reading, and we'll start to pull some oracle cards for you here, Aries. Okay. All right, that looks good to me. On the bottom, yeah, Direction Guardian. Wow. I love how these oracle cards really, really sync with the readings, almost always, not always, but almost always. Remember, you're caught between multiple directions here, right? In a tough position directionally in this reading with Seven of Cups, Direction Guardian. Let's see what else we have. You have the Shapeshifter card, Transform and Unveil Your Gifts. You have Fire Guardian, Ignite Your Passions, as well as Snake, Shed Old Skin. Have you been doing the same thing day in, day out? It's probably been working for you, but it's also become monotonous with the Snake, Shed Your Old Skin, Hermit, wanting to get out of the cave, so to speak, that the man cave or whatever, you like to spend time at home, great, so do I. But, there's something else out there for you, right? There's something else out there for you. And this is around connection to passion here, as you have the Fire Guardian. The Three of Wands is about growth and expansion and adventure, passionate about something. And yeah, can't make it up. Traveler, move in a new direction. Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded. Traveler card has come in a lot more than it usually comes in these readings. like a lot more. So yeah, I think it's on the horizon for some people, but certainly for you here, this would be a leisure trip, I would say. I don't necessarily see international move, although maybe. But yeah, I really don't see that. I think this is like a, albeit maybe even long trip, but one that will be fun, and one that you've wanted to do for a while. Yeah. All right, why don't we go ahead and move into clarifying the tarot cards. Now, Aries, I do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I do hope things are going well for you. All right, let's see what we have here. Go ahead and shuffle these cards here, and then get into it. Okay. So you have the Empress, you have the Temperance card, and you also have the Seven of Swords here. Empress, Three of Cups. Yeah, yeah. By the way, yeah, I mean, the Empress is the mother in the tarot. Obviously part of the family. Whether you are the mother in this case or you're reconnecting with your mother, whatever the case may be. I do see that happening here. I also think some of you will really find some prosperity and abundance in letting go a little bit, letting loose a little bit. Okay, not going crazy. I'm not telling you to go crazy, whatever. Don't put yourself in a bad situation, but letting loose a little bit, enjoying yourself, lightening the load a little bit here. Like you could really find some abundance through that. With the Empress card, Seven of Cups here. You know what I'm saying? Three of Cups, like, yeah, I would say so. And then Temperance card with the Hermit. I guess I guess like what I would say is this is interesting because I'm thinking about this pretty deeply. These cards are an interesting combination that I don't always see. And what I would say with this is the Temperance card is about alchemy. Like the initial thought here that came to my mind is, what are you creating when you're on your own, right? Like what have you, and I mean that in a, like as a question, like what have you created in the space that you've taken to be on your own? Because I think some of you have created something as you've purposefully isolated in a way, right? You've purposefully spent time on your own. I do think you've made something of that, and I think it's probably been pretty beneficial. And the Temperance can also indicate healing. Maybe it's the other end of this, which is you don't really want to be alone, and this situation you're now healing from, right? Seven of Swords, this can really indicate, it can indicate deception, particularly as it's with the Two of Cups. But in a reading like this, it just doesn't feel that way. It's more so the game plan, right? The creativity that this person needed to take these swords. So I think that that's probably more likely in this type of reading, considering that we're blending cards here, we're blending meanings. You have the Six of Cups. You have the, Queen of Cups. My apologies. Queen of Cups, Six of Cups, King of Swords showing up here in the middle column. Okay. Yeah, return to homeland here for many people, or just a reconnection with people that are very close to you on a soul level with the Six of Cups. For sure, that is the motherland, the homeland, the place you were born, or just the tribe, like the soul group, the soul tribe that you belong to, the people that you came into this world with, or the people that you've met in your life that you have a very, very deep soul connection with, as you have the Six of Cups here. And yeah, I would not be surprised to hear some of you making nice reconnections with people. King of Swords commands like a lot of respect. Yeah, the King of Swords is somebody who commands a lot of respect. And this is somebody who's very fair in life, right? They don't play favorites. And so I think looking at this here with the Ten of Cups, I almost think that you're being fair with yourself as well, because a lot of this is coming back to the self. This reading, a lot of it's coming back to the self. And I think as I see that Seven of Cups, all of these things on your plates, it feels hard. It feels like you're overstimulated or overworked, whatever the case may be. I think you're trying to be fair with yourself and saying, okay, like, yeah, I can take this trip to Japan or Europe or Italy or whatever it is, like, yeah, I can do this, right? Like, this is something that I'm fine with. I deserve this type deal. And I think you're looking at some situation logically here. Queen of Cups with the Fool. What's the dream that you have right now? Do you have a dream right now for yourself, Aries? Because the Queen of Cups is all about connecting to some dream that you have. With the Fool, this could start for you. You do have the Nine of Swords here. You have the Three of Swords, interesting. And you have the Nine of Wands. I'm still going to make my original prediction, which for the singles here, you could really meet someone in a social setting, or now that I've seen more, through travel. Okay, through travel or in a social setting, you could certainly connect with people. Okay, for sure. Now, it does seem that there's like a separation timeline happening here, and maybe this is the tough decision that you're bouncing back and forth on with the Two of Swords and the Three of Swords. Like, stay, go. I want a little bit more freedom, time, space, whatever the case may be. Like, I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed in this situation. This may be the thing that, throughout this reading, it took us a while to get here, but some of you that may resonate as well. I think most of you, it's about work and work-life balance, but there also may be another balance here that needs to be made in relationships. And for you, it may look like, okay, separation, I've tried other things, separation is the option. So it's almost like maybe you're contemplating it, but I'm not sure necessarily that you're going to go through with that like full force. Some of you, I think, are definitely thinking about it. And the reason I say that is you have the Nine of Wands hesitancy. Nine of Wands is like, okay, if you want to do something, put your foot on the gas pedal and cross the finish line. Like that's the Nine of Wands, right? Don't back down, go for it. Let go of this hesitancy as you see this person here on the card. And then Nine of Swords, yeah, you're stressed about this a bit. You do have the Ten of Swords. It may mean that there's a separation here for sure, some sort of ending that's happening. You would be initiating this, I pretty firmly and strongly believe. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Kipper energies for you here, Aries, and see what's going on in the Kipper energies. Okay. Yeah. All right. So you have Thief, interesting. Family Room, not surprised. Message, Thoughts, Lovers, Great Wealth. Sorry, Great Fortune. Great Wealth, Great Fortune. Same. Okay. I don't love the combination Seven of Swords, Thief. This combination comes together usually. Usually when there's a Seven of Swords, there's also a Thief card, I've noticed, because they're basically the same idea. What could this be around? Bad health. Something's stealing your time here. Yeah. Your time, like the effect of the time that's being lost on your health here feels pretty poignant. Again, I talked about that at the beginning of this reading, which is like overworked, overwhelmed. Like your time is being stolen or taken away in some way. You may, this may be your, I believe we have free will. So I think that this is something that you have control over, right? Like how you're spending your time, but it may be a job, right? That's just taking up all your time. And it's like, it looks like here there's an impact connected to that on your health, but with the Temperance card, that is healing for sure. See reconnection to family, message and Great Fortune. I love that for you, right? I love that for you. Communication opening up, but also this idea of letting go of something, letting loose, enjoying yourself, creating social connection, being a very abundant choice for some people. That's what I have. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.